What's up, guys? It is Mikey from Immortals Inc., and I'm here with my two best amigos, Jim and Amanda. I guess you guys brought some goodies for me today, and I'm kind of all ears, so take it away.
So Dungeons & Dragons is putting out a couple starter sets for everyone to get. This is one of two. This is the Welcome to the Hellfire Club Stranger Things version of D&D.
Uh-oh.
It's going to have a lot of stuff in it. We're going to go through it. But the main thing is it is a starter set. It will have a starter adventure to teach people how to play. And it's going to have characters, but instead of the old ones, where it's characters that don't really have a facsimile in real life, where they're just characters for the game, this is going to be the Hellfire Club's characters.
Nice.
So Lucas's character and Dustin's character are actually in here. You can actually play Will the Wise and actually do that for D&D. So you want to start going through it?
Well, you can tell he's excited because his hair's all crazy. Your hair is crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm an anime character.
Mine's probably just as crazy.
All right, so
Jim
I
and
guess
I
we'll
are
start
anime
going through. He
characters.
just opened this because we just got it. You got a picture,
Look on the back.
and then there's a letter from Eddie.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Not cryptic at all.
So like a postcard type deal.
It's like if you're reading this,
Oh, the
deceased.
read me first. This is now a thing. I've started seeing these more often in game boxes instead of, oh, surprise, here's all this stuff with no explanation. So this is kind of like a contents of what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Us old D&D fans will love this because they even made the play guide look like the old.
Oh, wow. It's even got like the weathered look to it.
Yeah, all of them do.
Looks
Yeah,
like
it
all of
looks very
Carlos's
80s.
books.
We have the play guide.
70s,
We have the
80s,
first
yeah.
adventure, which is The Vanishing Gnome. A lot of these are like Scream of the Crop and Ballad of the Rat King are more like metal. They tried to make them like metal songs. And then the last one is Devil Metal Die.
Oh, okay. Do we know if these were like mentioned at all in the seasons, or are they just kind of like made up for this particular box set, or are they anything true to what they were doing?
So Eddie Munson, who is on the box, the character all the ladies love. They
Didn't love him in the 80s when they were playing D&D though.
They kind of did.
Some did.
He was supposed to be that guy who goes against the grain, but was lovable.
Yeah.
And I hear he's coming back for the last season, so that's a thing. Ladies, just, woo! But yeah, so they play D&D in one of the seasons, and he's the dungeon master, so him being on the front.
This is more of a expanded universe idea that they did. These were not on the show specifically because he was already focusing on the end game of his campaign, which was Vecna, which is why Vecna became a character.
That's crazy.
But if you look, next is the character sheets, and they actually have like the different characters, and they even did art that's similar to the people that were playing. So that's Lucas's little sister is Lady Applejack.
Will Byer.
Will the Wise, and they have multiple versions of the character going up in level.
Yeah,
So you
they
can
do.
help them level
So it's
them
very
up.
good for a learn to play. I would say this would be a good learn to play event that we should probably host.
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of it as a noob, fellow
Should
noob.
come be a noob.
Come be a noob at Immortals Inc.
It's so, as you know, we've talked about the starter box. It goes from levels 1 to 3, just like the starter box.
Oh, sweet. So
So it is
literally-
definitely a learn to play.
and you could either get the starter kit or you can get this. It's kind of like,
Well, they're both. You can get both and use both because both will have different games, different stories.
Yeah, just
Kinda.
looking in from here at the tokens, it looks like there's probably different monsters in each box.
Trying to get the
So
map
if you
open
got
without
both of
ripping.
them, you'd probably have enough of the cards and things that.
So they do on full on art maps.
sheesh. Dungeon of Shadows.
We haven't, and I don't know anything that goes on in the game yet because, like we said, first open.
First opening. I think, it released today, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Nice. So Monday the 6th, and then...
Oh, well, this is going to be used a lot.
Well, first, tokens. I do see some familiar token faces on here. Like, I do see the giant spider and some mushroom guys. But it looks like there is some stuff that's different from the starter box, so that's a good start.
Pun intended.
Yep.
And we have our Dungeon Master screen.
Ooh, I love that art. That's
Cool
some
art.
crazy art.
Is it
right
2024 rules on the inside?
It is.
Oh, man. It means it's AL legal.
The only thing is, it does have a map of their special setting, which happens to be Grey Hawkins.
There. Ah.
Yay for any type of polyhedral dice.
And if you watched our last video, they're not double bagged like our one review on Crooked Moon. Double bagged individual dice.
Now, the only thing I have noticed, they've started putting these dividers in here. When you have to sleeve the odd size card, you're going to find that you can't fit them back in.
There it is.
So you're going to have to buy actually form-fitting sleeves, which are harder to find because these aren't quite tarot size.
Carlos, work your magic.
Because me and Carlos were looking for sleeves that would fit. We had to go with these super oversized ones, and then we couldn't put it back in the box.
Carlos, do your thing.
Please.
Here. Because I'll open them.
All right. So we got spell cards. That's good.
And is that kind of like what the DM gives out whenever they feel like it's time to spice things up, or is that what the player holds at some
So this is a
These are for the players to
learn
have.
to play stuff. This is definitely another learn to play box.
Most of the time when you play D&D, you have to remember your spells or have a book next to you to look them up.
Okay.
Or D&D Beyond. But having the spell cards is always a nice little addition.
You know, so it's very nice right now to have these because 2024 doesn't have spell cards. So if you try to buy them on the internet, you're going to get 2014 cards.
You're going to get Etsy variations.
Or you're going to have to get Etsy print at home cards.
So those are technically the very first spell cards out of 2024 edition.
These
Second.
and the starter set.
Second?
Second.
The starter set was first.
Oh,
These
okay.
are I like this art style better
These
than
are
the starter
nice.
edition, just because I like the older style art.
But they're all like the same spells.
And then they have like the basic starter rules card, which is going to help you. Like, if you put this next to a character, they'll be like, "Oh, I can hide, and this is how I do it." Here you go, hon.
Oh.
I left you the pretty ones.
I'm trying to not move my mic here.
back.
Hey, move the mic as you please.
I'm trying to be good. So, oh, these are cute. I like the art style because it is very retro.
Yes.
So,
That classic black and white outline.
yep.
The very
They're
vibrant, non-pastel colors.
Let's see. Giant spider. That's not a spoiler. Giant spider is like a common bad guy. When we ran the special event at Cleveland Gaming Classic, and I was running over and over running the starter set, these were like my go-to. They were my red herring. I kept using them to lure people in, thinking that was the bad guy. It was actually the bad guy was a mimic that the spiders were
I
afraid
bet you
of.
there's a mimic in there.
There's got to be a mimic in here. I love mimics. They're awesome.
And if not,
I
I'll
don't.
be surprised.
I'm not trying to sit on a toilet and then it be a mimic. That'd be kind of...
I did that. That was one of the things I did.
Yeah, the outhouse mimic, one of the most scary things to run into.
No, I kept
Yeah.
using a cart, an overturned cart that had a tongue that looked like an arm. So they thought a body, like somebody was alive under there. And they kept trying to go save the person from the spiders because they thought that was the threat. It was the cart was the mimic.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm a little bit of a evil DM. No, there's no mimic in here, Jim.
I guess they don't have a mimic in this specific story, but don't worry, we'll get back to that in a little bit. And then you have the item cards.
Oh, again, classic art. So these look really nice.
Very nice.
And then you have
Yes.
a notepad for your initiative. So that way you know who goes in what turn. Some of us have other little toys to play with for that, but
Personally, for me, I would combine this with the new starter set so I'd have enough spells that I could actually spread them out amongst my team.
when we get to the other one, both of them have a lot of positives and negatives to them. Like this one, really cool old school art. This seems to be more storyline based adventures where it is this happens and this happens and this happens. It's more linear. When we get to the other starter set, it's a little different, but in a good way.
Yeah.
But in the case of the fact that they both have spell cards and creature cards, means as a DM, you could have people playing characters that aren't the pre-mates in the starter set or the pre-mates in this set. They could play their own first level characters and you would potentially have all the spells that they need.
Very fun.
So that would make it easier, I
Yeah,
think.
That'd be fun. Then you could just take those creatures from this and put them into the starter set adventures that you have in there, and vice versa.
And the other thing is, since some of the creature types are similar or duplicates, in the case of the spider, that means you have an extra spider token. Wow.
Which you would love to
I
use.
would. I don't like spiders in real life, but I will use them in D&D.
Yeah.
So let's put this away and then start pulling out the other one. Because that's everything that's in this box. Like I said, it is 4 adventures. And these are probably around 4 hours each, at least. For those kind of adventures, they can be up to from 2 to 4 hours, depending on the person playing it. Because you always find those people that can, I solved all the problems in 5 seconds without even trying. And then you have the other people that stare at a puzzle for 8-year-olds for 3.5 hours and not figure it out.
Wow. Rude much?
It's not rude. It's they overthink it.
True. A lot of kids be overthinking nowadays.
But yeah, keep an eye on the schedule because I have already been talking to Diana about getting this on the schedule. I'll pick a day and we'll get it going.
We'll hopefully run it once or twice. So just like the last one, we have the 2024 starter set. It does come with the Read Me First file to give you an idea of what to do if you've never done these before.
Nice.
You can go ahead and start, hon.
All right. So they have a play guide that teaches you how to play and what all the statuses are. So it's very useful. That's why I said the boxes together would be great because some things are in here that aren't in there and vice versa.
Nice.
And then for their adventure, they went with a non-linear form where you go either into the wilderness or the Keep of the Borderlands or the Caves of Chaos. And they have like multiple rolled, like, you run into this. I'm going to roll the dice to see what you run into. So there's multiple different ones that could happen, and it never plays the same for a certain amount of variance.
Oh, nice.
And they have all the maps that you would need to do all those. They're all double-sided.
So you don't
They're
need to
all
buy
very
'em.
nice. Very nice paper.
Now, we're going to get to one of the parts that is completely different, which is neat. The way they did the characters in this one is instead of having it be a written character that's all done, you get to use cards to pick out the parts that are missing.
Nice.
So, like, you can pick your species, you can pick your class, then you get your item cards and other things when we get to them. They added a lot more. This is more full art, more modern-esque tokens, more modern-esque play style. So you're going to see a lot
Vanna
more
White
colored
here.
art rather than the old style. I personally like the old
Unhinged
style.
Vanna
better.
White.
That was good. What are tokens used for?
So when you're playing, you need to know how things are on the map, because certain abilities, like I'm going to shoot my arrow, well, this goes a certain length. You can count the number of squares, which each of them is a certain amount of length.
Oh.
And then you know where the bad guys are on the battlefield. It makes it so that it gives you a visual representation of the battle, so we can put the rules to it. I'm making it sound more complicated than it is. It's literally you look down and go, oh, that's where I am. That's where he is. Cool.
Okay.
Yep. So they got tokens
Yeah.
for people and creatures.
Very nice.
You're going to see a token I like to use a lot. We're getting there. Spider.
Oh, no.
More tokens.
Spider demon.
There's actually 2 spiders.
No.
And these are all double-sided, if I remember right.
Yep.
So there's actually...
Oh, there's the mimic. There's my boy. I use that token all during Cleveland Gaming Classic.
Yeah, boy.
The most valuable token. Followed by the other most valuable token, the overturned cart, which is now gone. But yeah, I know it's somewhere.
It is now overturned.
Yes, it is now overturned. But then they have like the character tokens and everything.
Nice.
It's pretty neat because you can also, like I use tokens on top of tokens, so that way I could hide things. So if I had a token of a similar size, like I did with the overturned cart, I put it on top of the mimic token, so that way it was hidden.
Nice. Nobody bats an eye.
Yep.
Then they gave us one so people could actually see their health and see their
They're gold.
They're gold and
They're
everything
gems.
in front of them. That way they knew exactly what they had on them.
Oh, so very in-depth tokens.
And
compared
power
to-
tokens, so you know how many spells you got. It's very visual. They also have the combat tracker, just like the other box. Oops. Combat tracker.
Okay.
So you can keep track of initiatives and hit points and conditions and all that good stuff. And the death saves, that's useful.
Nice.
I'll let him continue doing stuff over there while I do stuff over here. Oh, here we go. So we got those like background cards that he was talking about. So like the acolyte.
So you have to go through all of it, sadly.
That's fine. So you got the acolyte and you got criminal, and it's got stuff on the back, tells you how it works. You have your species, so a dwarf, and they have it both a lady and a guy. I think they shouldn't have had both. I think they could have, because there's no difference in the cards.
Right.
They could have just had one. They just
Yeah.
had a dwarf. But I get it for art, for people to have like some sort of a visual aid on what because if you've played D&D before, some dwarves, the females have beards.
Okay.
So
It's kind of like opposite.
no, they both have them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then you got your items. So you got plated armor.
Nice.
And we're getting back to the fun stuff, like the spells.
Yeah.
The spells are back. And they even have some additional copies of some of the spells that are very common. That one does too, but this one, the spell deck's a little bit thicker.
Yeah. And then they have the equipment deck, which is not on the other one. This is all your regular plain old items you would come across that you would have on your character sheet, so you know what they do and you know if you have them or not. Like I said, this is made a lot more for the most base version of a new player, which I like. Then they have their NPCs, where you could run into any of these NPCs on the road. And that's to make the story easier for a person to tell. This is built more for somebody trying to run for the first time ever. I don't think it does as well as it could, because it kind of doesn't have a linear story. And most people will not realize that D&D has a story if there isn't a real linear plot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I don't mind it, because this is one style of play. There is definitely I'm just going to dungeoneer and just go through a dungeon because that's what I want to do. And no real plot to it. And some people love that, some people don't.
Yeah.
That was the one weird thing, is when I was running it over and over at the Cleveland Gaming Classic, is that there was no call to action. So then I just picked random NPC card and said, this person hired you. And I came up with a reason of why.
That's creative.
Just to have some sort of like explanation of how it normally works. And I didn't use a Dungeon Master screen, even though the box does come with one. So that way players could see what happens on my side also. Oh, it does not? Oh,
This one does not come with the Dungeon Master
I
screen.
thought it did.
Oh, wow. So that's the main contrast as well, besides
Yeah.
the linear.
I thought you had already shown it, but it does
No.
have the combat card, actions of combat.
So that is one thing you get in the Hellfire Club that you don't get in the starter set.
Really neat stuff in there. Got monsters, animated flying sword,
Yeah.
and I think there's a spider in here.
Go ahead and get your Mimic and your Spider. What I actually think is the main difference is that the Hellfire Club is, like I said, it is a storyline. So once you play the storyline enough, you know the story, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to move on to getting new stories to add to it and buy some of the books and other games, which is good. This, though, is more, because it's non-linear, because things change up, you can play it over and over and over again. You can change your character species and try something new. You can try one of the other classes. You can get different magic items as you get through, because those are random rolled as well. This will play longer in the long run, but the other one will have more story and be more fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're both really good for starters.
You could also use the starter set as a supplement for another campaign.
Yeah,
Any
good
of
point.
these can be used for if you have a game that you're running and you just want to get some tokens to put on the map because you don't want to spend all the money on miniatures. This is an easy answer. You want to get some maps to actually have? These are an easy answer. And at around $50, these are not bad answers.
No, not at all.
Mimic, giant spider.
What?
Now, one of the things I did for the Cleveland Gaming Classic, because every one of these is like a kit.
And
Okay.
as always, the dice.
So what I did is I bought job packet sleeves like they have in like a machine shop.
I will
Yeah.
say one of the other things that randomly they did in this starter set that's nicer too is they gave you bags to put all your tokens in,
That's neat.
which they did not in the Hellfire Club, but there's places to put them in the Hellfire Club.
Okay.
But this will make it so that this one will be a lot easier to put away. A lot of the big difference, like I said, is that this one has more stuff.
Yeah.
This one has more story. This one's going to be more for the people that love Stranger Things and love playing old D&D with a really cool story. And all the stories are supposedly based on like metal songs. So it should be fun for those kind of people too. Well, this is made for everyone.
Yeah.
So it is a toss-up.
Speaking of bags, as I was saying, I kitted these because of the fact that the pre-mates have very specific requirements. Okay, other than the background and your species, each one of them calls out for amount of gold and spells and things for starting. So what I did is I put them in a job packet so that way all of it was together. So it was easy for me as a dungeon master to rinse and repeat.
Nice.
So I would suggest something like that, and I would definitely suggest sleeving everything in either box.
Nice.
If you want to keep them nice and safe, sleeves are your best friend. Dragon Shields are great. Ultra Pro's great. Game Genic, doesn't matter what kind you use as long as they're what you like to use, because everybody has their own personal preference.
Oh
when it
yeah.
comes to
Everybody's
sleeve
got their
deck.
favorite.
But I would definitely try to sleeve this up if you expect a lot of play. If it's just you and your friends and you don't really think you need it, understand it will take some wear and tear. These will take wear and tear in the long run.
Cool.
Well, anything made of paper is going to have wear and tears. That's why I always suggest sleeving stuff.
Yep.
I will say they are nice cardboard. They are well made. They are definitely
They're nice cards. It's just you wouldn't want to ruin them.
Oh yeah.
high quality material. It's just always keep things nice and safe.
Yeah. I agree.
Especially if you run for the public and people are gross. You want to have things sleeved so that way your stuff doesn't get gross.
That's true.
I'm
Very
just going to
good.
be real.
That's a very good point. Yeah. Well, that's about it for that, right? Okay. Well, thank you guys for reviewing both of these. That gives a lot of people a lot of insight on both of these and what they can expect. And if you guys want to watch our last video, we also covered the Crooked Moon Deluxe Edition box, which was pretty cool to look at too. But for D&D players, especially new or even experienced, this is something that looks very, very appealing. So
Yep.
thank you two for coming in today.
Thank you for having
Appreciate your
us.
guys' time as always. And I appreciate you guys who watched this video. And you could like, subscribe, you could support, you could join, whatever you like. We appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.